Welcome back, everyone. How amazing was Braca? And I know she spent a lot of time talking about Lee and I's charts, which was a surprise.
Yeah, and thank you so much for wading through all that.
Yes.
I feel embarrassed sometimes to have.
Not at all.
Now everybody knows who I am, but that's okay. I think you did anyway.
Exactly. And I think the point of it all is to show how amazing Braca can read the chart and
so
pinpoint
accurate.
it so accurately.
Yeah.
Like we can testify what she said. We felt very accurate. And the point of that is maybe there's something in your life that you would like to have a peek into why things are a certain way. Or maybe you have a partner that you'd like to also get that same kind of astrological reading done for you and your partner, or maybe your business or your finances. I love that part where she can do the astrology for your projects.
I know. And when you talk about the astrology for the earth and the energy we're going to, and she said there was hope for the planet, I love it when I hear these from guests in addition to what Kryon has said. Same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Her message at the end of love and joy, that just cinched the deal for me.
Me too. Well, it's time again to do what we call miracle moments. The program that you're watching right now is about healing, of course. It's Healing Wednesday. So we really want to honor all of those who really need a healing right now in whatever form. And we're inviting you to participate in this miracle moment, that's what we call it, when we all can come together to help ourselves and, of course, others around us. I'd like to ask Monica to continue and lead us into a profound time of thanks and meditation.
And so our members, they have a place where they can submit prayer requests and ask for energy to help heal. And healing can be in so many forms. It can be a physical healing of the body, or it can be a healing for the emotions and all the things that we go through in life that are challenging. And it could even be a prayer request for someone that you know, someone that you love. Regardless of the requests that are being made in our membership portal, Spirit knows who is in trouble right now on the planet. And there are so many of you who are going through some difficult challenges. And we want to come together as a community where we can give you an energetic hug and send out love and compassion and benevolence into the field for those who need it. And I think this is a good opportunity for us to include joy in that intention as we send it to those who need it. And the best way to generate love, joy, compassion, benevolence into the field is to really feel it within yourself. Because it's a quantum effect that when you feel it in you and then release that feeling into the field is so intelligent and wanting to harmonize and create benevolence for everyone, that feeling will be transmitted and received exactly to those who need it. And they might not even know who you are. It doesn't matter. The fact that you are spending time right now with the intention of wanting to give someone an energetic hug, a wave of love, a spark of joy. It is known at that quantum level. And I invite you now, if you haven't already, to close your eyes and spend just a little more time in that feeling for yourself of what it feels like to be in a safe place where there's nothing to do. There's simply the allowance of allowing love to flow into your heart. Dear Spirit, bring me more love so that it may spill out from me and radiate out into the field and descend upon all brothers and sisters that I share this planet with, so that they too receive a wave of love and the knowledge that they are never alone. And with that, we now tell Kryon that we are indeed ready to come a little closer.
Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon. Come a little closer. There's been so much so far in this particular episode of this Healing Wednesday that has been personal. To think that perhaps you are so allied with the universe, the energy around you of the stars, the planets specifically in your solar system, would be able to interface with you so that you could then have a chart to be read that says, these are the best times to do this or that. It's outrageous to many that such a thing could be. And yet the first ones who would tell you that this is accurate would be the indigenous of the planet, who always told you that the planet is involved as one organism with humans, that there was a symbiotic relationship, and this is what we believe, that we could tell you and have you acknowledge it. There were times when we didn't believe, if you want to use those words, that you would accept any of it. But things are starting to shift. Where those who you might say are guides or angels in that which is for you in your life are saying perhaps it's time to present things that may have been outrageous in the past, but that are now being seen as appropriate for the energy of today. So more and more, perhaps you would understand that there is an energy around you that cooperates. And part of that energy, truly, is even in the alignments that were studied today. More than that, dear ones, there is this, that you have in your consciousness the energy to make shifts of your own. Shifts that within the alignment will then align with them. It is something that we have said all along, that the human being is powerful, and can make these shifts so that they can change not only their lives, but the benefit of others around them as they change themselves. What a concept. Can you see how it might be if you suddenly made a change of benevolence in your attitude, in your life, in your joy factor, and in your family, for instance? Do you think they would notice? And do you think it would improve them? And the answer is yes. Do you see how a few would make a big difference to the many? And the answer is yes. Dear ones, I would like to say to you that this is your future. This is the way it works. And that is the reason for the program, not just in that which is a healing session for all of you, or for some of you. But part of healing is the healing of attitudes, of consciousness, of mind, where you'd go from wondering what is next and worry and fear to actually waking up and saying, no matter what is in front of me today, there is joy and love that sits on the top of all of it. And I can depend on that to get me through, to say the right things and to feel good, even as I am in front of the things that perhaps would have caused me anxiety and worry. Can you even think about a life like that? And the answer is, this is where it's going. Every single human being faces the kinds of things that you face and the heartbreaks that are everywhere. It's part of humanism. And so the other part of humanism that has not been brought to you before is the solution to all of that, to having a countenance where it'll simply bounce off and you know what to do. And so you don't go home and worry or have fear. But instead, you're always looking at what's in the field so that you can intend for the next thing that is the best for you. Dear Spirit, you might say, this or something better. We take you to the circle of 12 with something very different for this month. The circle of 12 has always been the energy of how the universe works. That's the circle. And we have explained that before. That so many things are in 12s and 4s and divisible by 4s. And the 3s and the 6s and then all the things that make up everything, including the structure of consciousness, which you haven't seen yet, is all that way. So we have called this, that circle of 12. But tonight it means something else. The bridge we cross every single time, we say, is the cross between your consciousness, three-dimensional body, and that which is your multidimensional soul. Your soul is always with you. It's not necessarily across the bridge, but because you're in 3 dimensions, that's the way we present it to you. So it's a symbol, a metaphor. You take my hand, we walk across the bridge, you're walking actually into the bigger you. A multidimensional area where things can happen for you, which in 3 dimensions are very, very different. Perhaps impossible, you might say. But when you get to that soul level, they're very, very possible and happening all the time. And we've taken you to so many places like this. Let's go together across the bridge. I'm going to explain what is there and introduce you to another concept. Going from the known to the unknown, I want you to take my hand. If you're ready, let's go. Dear ones, I want you to feel what is going to happen as I show this to you and explain it to you. You don't have to visualize it too much because everything I'm going to show you, you've seen before in some way. We cross the bridge together and we go through the mist into this magic land. It is not of make-believe. The land you've come from, 3-dimensional, that's the one that hobbles you. That's the one where you can only do certain things. This is the real land of you, of everything that you are, the eternal you, the one with all of your lives are there, and all the energies, the one where you actually can feel part of spirit, part of what you would call God, and that's who you are. You go through a doorway, which we will call a portal, a metaphor, for it allows you then to go from one place to another. In your mind, it's very different over here, but we use this anyway, so that you can realize you're going from one energy to another. Go through that door. On top of the doors, there's a name, and it's your name in light. Has a language which you don't have when you're on the planet. It's you. It's for you. And you're going into an area that has a huge table. What size is the table? What shape is the table? Quickly, what do you see? Did you get it right? Do you understand what's going to happen? The table is round. It's a round table, dear ones. It's a conference table in the round. You have seen those things before. That's not that hard to see. In a huge room. The room, much like the rooms we've shown you before, such as the room with the chair of activation, there's no walls. You can't see anything but the floor, and it goes forever, seemingly. It could be outside, it could be inside. You could see perhaps the planets and the stars. It's whatever you want to, but it has no end. And it's quiet in the room. There's no wind in the room to tell you you're outside. It's intimate. You can hear everything. And you look at the table, and it has 12 chairs. It's the first time in 2 years that we've actually given you a circle of 12. Do you like it? No chair is any different from any other. You're going to sit in one of them, and I invite you to do that right now. Pick a chair. Doesn't matter. They're identical. There is a metaphor in that. For the ones who sit with you in a moment are identical to you in that they have your consciousness. They are in your soul all the time. And in this energy of your soul, there is no hierarchy of who is important and who is not. There is only a change of energy all the time. Sit in that chair and let us invite who is coming in. For this will be the way of it for this particular episode and the next 3 that are for others who wish to come and participate in this round table of 12. Sit, you are one of the 12, and 11 are about to join you, and here they come. They are so different than anything you can imagine, so don't visualize them. See them only as guides. And that could be angelic if you wish. That could be shapeless. It could be energy only. There's no gender for any of them in this episode, in this time, for this particular journey you're on today. They're simply guides. And they take a seat and they look at you and you look at them. And as soon as they sit down, you are one. And you realize you have just met the rest of your soul. So difficult to teach, multidimensional, to a single dimensional human being. You have only single digits in your dimensionality, a single digit dimensionality, and this is infinite. And here you are, participating in that very attribute where one is many and many is one, and they're all you. And there's a reason why they're here. Do you remember some months ago, in sessions just like this one, I told you the energy of the harvest is at hand, and it's time to plant the seeds you have been given, metaphorically, old soul, that now that the shift is upon us, you plant the seeds and they're going to start to grow. And all manner of things are going to change as they grow and they blossom. And you pick them and you harvest. It's the new energy of you, and you have been waiting eons for this. And we begged you to understand it and to go back on that bridge home and plant them. And many of you did. Now the harvest begins. Every single one of these, in one voice, is going to tell you about the new you. And they're going to say, here is the advice. Here is what the new you is going to feel like and look like, because you had the intent given in love to plant those seeds. This begins the harvest. You can expect, dear ones, new intuitive thought. And this is the metaphor of it. The 11 who sit with you as one are changing you to think differently, to have different kinds of thoughts. The ones that you have asked for and prayed for and wanted are at hand. And whatever happens here, dear ones, you're going to take back across the bridge. And it's going to be that which you asked for. It's going to be the solutions that you've been asking for, because that's what happens when the harvest, beautiful, new energies, take form. And I want you to sit there not hearing in 3D what they're saying to you, but feeling the love of the shift in your soul. They're here to advise you, and it doesn't stop here. They're going to come back, and they're going to come back. And each week we're going to give you some more of what they say in this circle of 12. But right now they are filling you with the new you and the energies, because you planted the seeds. So many of you did with us. Did you simply think you were going to plant them and walk away? Something had to happen, and this is it. What are they saying? It doesn't matter. because you're going to feel the love in which it's given, the promise, right from Spirit. They're telling you how you are going to change because you came here for that. This is your legacy, dear ones. I want you to stay and just feel the input of change and healing that is going to pour into you from that which you call the harvest of what you are planting now on the planet that never could be planted in any other time by any other individuals but the old souls who are listening now. To some of you, it may sound odd and funny and strange, and to others, this is what you waited for. Stay, just stay, and listen and absorb and love. Weep if you wish, for the answers to what you've asked for so long are being poured into you right now. The new human, that's you. And when you come back from this time, and you walk back across that bridge to the chair you're sitting in, or the couch, or the bed, or whatever it is, I want you to know you're different than when you came. Stay. And so it is.